Hey guys, welcome. This is a reaction video of the new Batman teaser trailer. Anyway, let's press play. Bob. Warner Brothers, red logo. Dig it. Entertainment Tonight. Okay. DC. DC Comics? We'll see. Tape? On the ground? Ooh, who's this? No More Lies. Gotham City PD. Oh, FBI. Interesting soundtrack. Kind of 90s-ish. Who's this? Is this Gordon? Who's that guy? Commissioner Gordon? I'll take it. Boots. Lies. Kind of 7-ish. Play a game. Riddler. Joker, Riddler, to the Batman. Oh, what? There's the Bat. There he is. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty dope. Crazy person. Crazy person is the Bat. Backpack. Patterson. Crash. To the Batman. More messages. All very dark, very gothic-y. Catwoman reminds me of the ninjas from Half-Life. Painted faces, okay. Batman conflicts with the police. More Catwoman fighting. Bat costume looks good. Joker minions. Cool. Batmobile. Chevelle. Stingray, whatever. More red. All right. So that was the Batman trailer. Question marks. When you see question marks, you think Riddler. Is this the Riddler? I don't know. We definitely saw some elements of Joker. What with the faces? And what was the verdict? Is people still thinking that this is loosely tied in with the Joker standalone movie? Anyway, let's change locations. Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry, I had to get out of that room. It was way too hot in there. Anyway, that was pretty crazy. Let's look through the footage again. Okay, so red logo. Normally when you think DC, you think blue logo, right? This one's red. So already they're differentiating themselves, trying to set themselves apart a bit. I see what they're going for. I'm trying to remember like DC Black Label. It was like more of like the like Batman for mature audiences instead of general readers. And I'm trying to think was there red used? Are they trying to evoke that same feeling kind of? Like saying this is not bring all the kiddies to see Batman? I hope so. That'd be cool. Is this rated R? Because if it was rated R, that'd be super cool. I think I mean it's obviously been proven by now that that's a good way to go. So let's see. Tape, sound of tape. On the ground, who is that? Can't really make out who that is. Clearly the person is wealthy, whoever they are. Or, yeah, I guess. Does that look like rich person's house? Wow, focus, get with it. Jesus Christ. Okay. No More Lies with duct tape. This visual right now instantly makes me think of recently in the comic books they had the architect Master planner. I think it was the architect. The designer, because he had a D on his face. Yeah. So recently in Batman, there was this character called the designer, and I don't know, for some reason it makes me think of that. Probably not related, but in fact, definitely not related. Anyway, let's continue. No more lies. We didn't really get a good look at the guy. So this is in the same building, clearly the same interior design. So that's the same crime scene being investigated. Yep. Wait, was his hand in something? What's his hand in? Is his hand in like a box? What is that? And what's this music? Is this like Smashing Pumpkins or something? It's very 90s, whatever it is. Now the boots definitely reminds me of Batman Black Label. Batman was swinging around in like uh like tactical gear, like tactical pants and like SWAT pants and stuff. And he had those heavy boots on. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of that. Let's play a game. Just me and you with a bunch of symbols. A riddle. This isn't the Riddler, I'll be surprised. And actually, I do faintly recall seeing that an actor is attached to play the Riddler. In fact, the casting alone by this point is just full of spoilers. So I don't even know if I want to like look that up and put that on the screen. Am I a good fan slash critic for doing it or not doing it? Which one's better? I don't know. I don't want to get into that just yet. Anyway, um, I mean, the Riddler with the notes and the letters and the games, is it cliche? But that's why we love the character. We love that the character has these like certain traits that we see time and time again. It's why we like the character. So a little cliche, so be it. Do it up. Do it as best you can. Now, is this guy Commissioner Gordon? If he's not Commissioner Gordon, he would probably have to be one of the other main investigators in Gotham City PD. Uh, Bullock? Is it Bullock or Bullet? There's Bullock, and then there's that other guy from Batman Year One, like the tall blonde guy or whatever. Or was that Bullock? Anyway, so this is probably Commissioner Gordon, right? I mean, if you went to the IMDb page, you could see if this is Commissioner Gordon or not, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I love the actor. Does fantastic in every role that he's played. Obviously, he has kind of a type, kind of like the more technical, contemplative type. Obviously, race bent, ethnicity bent. So be it. Fine. At least he still comes across as Commissioner Gordon. If it was like race bent and totally not Commissioner Gordon feeling, then I'd be like, you really haven't done the character justice at all. But I feel like he's doing it justice so far, from what I can tell. And then we got our first look at the bat. Let's look at the suit. Yeah. This thing looks like freaking Batman Year One. I'm sorry, I keep saying it. Not Year One. Black Label. I know I keep saying it. I'm sorry. I know I keep saying it, but it's true. Um, yeah. And even the bat itself looks kind of like the bat symbol itself looks kind of like melded, like welded, like panels of metal, like it was like constructed in some some welder artist's backyard garage studio kind of feel, like out of scrap metal. Obviously, the suit is more polished than that, but it does feel kind of like homemade. It does feel kind of like custom, like fashioned in your garage as opposed to custom, perfectly fitting pieces. Anyway, the neck is pretty thick. I'm assuming he can turn his head. I don't know if we're gonna see him turn his head. Eyes not glowing, notably. They're dark. Interesting. It's a bit scarier that way. Let's see. Anyway, that's the bat. Is it Patterson or Pattinson? I keep going back and forth. I can never keep it straight. Patterson or Pattinson? Let's see. Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson, Batman. Okay, we're not gonna keep looking. We're not gonna keep googling. Okay. Let's hit play. Who's that? Bullock? Bullock? Is it Bullock or Bullet? Bullock. Harvey Bullock, yeah. Maybe that's Bullock. Yeah, I could buy that as Bullock. Maybe a mayor. It doesn't really look like a mayor. It comes across more like a police person, a police chief or something. Who is the police chief prior to Gordon in year one? Quick Wikipedia search says Commissioner Gillian Loeb. Again, I could go to the IMDb page. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, let's see. Now that is Pattinson. I wasn't sure. Pattinson. I wasn't sure the first time around if that was Pattinson, but that's definitely Pattinson. Got his dark eyes there, maybe because he's just freshly took the mask off, the cowl off, or maybe he runs around like that for some reason. We do that. Maybe that's before he got the mask. That's why he's covering his face. Let's see. Let's go full screen. Gotham City 1. Okay, now is that him? Oh, that maybe did not look like him from the back. Like they kind of swap some footage around. Because what we see here, that head rising in the foreground seems shinier and rounder, like it's not like loose hair like we just saw him. And the person doesn't seem to be like as concealed behind something like we just saw him, or amidst something. So that could be a different character, or it could be from a different time in the movie. Anyway, let's continue. Graveyard, cemetery. Kind of has that Central Park feel, like New York. Now is that, and then we see him arriving at his Batcave. Now is that insinuating that his Batcave is in a cemetery? Pretty gothic. Pretty gothic. Pretty goth, man. Pretty goth. Let's continue. Well, actually, let's look around here. What do we see? All right. Kind of reminds me of the Spider-Man game, like different workstations around, kind of like a hodgepodge setup. I think I see like a weight training rack, weight rack. Not sure what those things would be if they're not weight racks. Obviously, large computer screens. Batman loves to tech. Riding a motorcycle. He's got a backpack on. Okay. Quick shot of Pattinson. People are running away for some reason. Rows of chairs. It was maybe like a funeral, or is that a courthouse? Is that a courtroom? Everyone's in black, so maybe a funeral or a wake or something. Yeah. Saving somebody. Ooh, what's on that car? POA, something. Crashes up. License plate. Too blurry to tell from this video. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Guy gets out. Oh, he's innocent. He's been sent with a message. Oh, you can see. Yeah, it's a funeral. It's some kind of wake. This person died. Who is that? I don't know who that is. So there's a message to the Batman. Pattinson. First sighting of Catwoman. She's breaking into something that's already been a crime scene. Police tape. Looks like the same place where the that guy was murdered at the beginning of the trailer. And I mentioned it in the earlier reaction. Like this reminds me, of, for some weird reason, of the ninjas from Half-Life, like those Half-Life 1. You know who I mean. Yeah. Anyway, so she repels. So she knows how to use that equipment. She's got like a bracelet, bandolier. I don't know what they're called. Cufflink, whatever. Closer, so it's right. Okay. Okay. She's using some kind of tool to access the safe, the vault. You can get a shot there. You can get a glimpse to see that she is a POC. She is a person of color. So that's 2 characters now. Race bent. So be it. As long as they do a good job. Another good shot of his cowl there. Yeah, he can turn his head. On that shot, he can definitely turn his head. Wait, getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Let's go back. Okay, so it's wet, it's rainy. By the way, there was how many shots were there during the daytime? Like maybe 2, and it was overcast and dark. This is like all at night, or like all overcast, very, very dark movie so far, based on what we've seen. Let's see. Okay, now there's these guys with the white faces. In one shot, you can clearly see they have like the Joker kind of like smiley done, makeup done. In fact, yeah, this guy, he's got the stitches, which is, that's definitely a nod to Heath Ledger's Joker. I'm pretty sure that was the first time where you saw the Joker where his smile was actual cuts with like scars. So, cool. Now he's quarreling with the Gotham City PD. He's at odds with them for some reason. With a lot of them. And he's like violently trying to get to something. Or now this person's in his face. That person kind of looked like the guy who was dead earlier. I mean, this is blurry. I'm not gonna. No, it's not him. That. Oh god, my video's so grainy. If I could see clearly who it was, obviously, be more accurate, but it's grainy. All right, now a shot of Catwoman again. I think that's still Catwoman. Must be. Catwoman fights. Nice. Ooh, is he fighting the bat? Or is she fighting the bat? Yeah, she is. Yeah, look at that shot. You got those early costumes. Those are always fun. Oh, there's another shot of the funeral ceremony. Yeah, you can see the car there that the guy came in on. That he had his hand up with the phone. I guess this is what happens. Oh, it blows the bat back. But we just saw him. We saw Pattinson standing there, not as the bat, and then now here we see him blowing up, dressed as the bat. So, significant amount of time passes in this scene. Does he return to the scene later? What is this? Is this like a robotic arm or something up here? Why is that there? What is that? Definitely seems like high tech, whatever it is. It's a bomb disposal. It's a bomb disposal bot. What it is, right? Yeah. And there's the bomb going off, and yeah. And then there's this character again that we saw at the beginning. Purposely very little detail to pick up from him. Not sure what's on his head. Wears glasses. He needs glasses, presumably. Or he does it to help conceal his eyes. More Joker minions. Now, does this exist in the same universe as the Joker previously thought standalone movie with Joaquin Phoenix? That's like that's like a whole other video, so I'm not going to get into that. But my personal thought about these movies is, and I've said it before, like I've said it in like my local comic book shop. I've told the guys like, in comic books you have like one shots, you have like standalone books, you have like fun forays into like what ifs. And I think like movies should be more allowed to do that as well. Just some like one off, just like one shot movie where it's all just the Joker, just exploring the Joker. Doesn't necessarily have to be the same Joker as the other movies or the same actor or anything. Doesn't necessarily have to fit in continuity. I think that should be more allowable. It's funny how it's quite a common thing in comic books, but for some reason in movies we're just obsessed now with them always connecting and lining up. Could be because of the Marvel movies, which is not a fault of Marvel. They've shown that it works out really well. So maybe now it's just created that need in audience members for that continuity and that connection. Which, okay, fine, fair enough. But anyway, if the Joker movie were only ever just the Joker movie and this was not tied into it whatsoever, it's fine with me. And if no movie were ever tied in with this, I would be fine with that too. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue. Oh yeah, and so then we get to see like one of our like, aside from Catwoman, this is like the first like fight sequence, and he just, oh, this guy. And all these other dudes presumably were standing around just watching this guy get his face bashed in with fists. Presumably he's got like some kind of like knuckle hardening, brass, like essentially like brass knuckles over his fist or something. It'd be really surprising if Batman had like that really big elaborate costume and didn't have something reinforcing his fists to really screw somebody up, because he's also got to assume that he's going to be punching against armor and helmets half the time and don't want to shatter your knuckles. So that guy got punched in the face with essentially brass knuckles. So let's see here. Oh yeah, by the way, what were they doing? Were those other guys like filming it? Go back. Oh, I saw, yeah, that guy's like filming it. Right in the foreground? I mean, what else would he be doing? The War of Jokes and Riddles in the Batman comics. Joker versus Riddler. All the villains essentially had to take a side. This is Tom King, by the way. Tom King story arc. Is this in the middle of that war? Because this Tom King introduced, I think, that war during his run on the comic books, which it previously did not exist, I believe. And then Tom King came along and said, no, there was actually this war between Riddler and Joker, like very early in Batman's career, like essentially, like I think within the first year. Wait, does that make sense? Does that work with year one? Anyway, this could be the War of Jokes and Riddles, which I think would be cool. So you're in the middle of a war zone where all the villains have to pick a side and they're all fighting each other. It's pretty cool. Anyway, let's continue. Batmobile. Nope, go back. We gotta watch. We gotta look at the Batmobile. The thing looks like it's gonna like it looks like one of those derby cars, whatever they're called, with like the big wheels. And they just go up the dunes and they're just, what are they called? Got like a roll cage reinforcement. Stuck with the engine in the back, like kind of resembling a jet engine. Does it make sense? Maybe not, but I mean, is it the Batmobile without that? So an homage to that, staying true. That's great. Love it. Sounds great. And the front looks like I'm not really a car guy, but it looks like a Chevelle or something. Definitely an American muscle car kind of look to it. I dig. Oh, he just gets shot in the chest? What happened? Yep, he just got shot in the chest. After blowing through something here. Let's go back. Let's look. You see the flashes on top? So it's got like the, that's from the exhaust right on top of the engine. It makes those flashes. Crash through something. Oh, yep, there he gets shot. Sparks flying, point blank. Dude shooting, kind of hard to tell. Where is he? I think that's a Joker face in the background. But that's a revolver. Pretty sure that's a revolver. Wait, was it a revolver? I don't know. Okay, and cut to rappelling up. Wait, rappelling? Is rappelling only down or is it? It's ascending. It's going up on a line. And apparently running from the PD, so at some point he's at odds with the Gotham City PD. Wait, what just happened? Wait, what do you say? Batman pursuing somebody in his Batmobile, and the guy's like, this guy's crazy. Okay. Batman squaring off against Joker dudes again. Maybe the same scene as earlier. More red. I just realized this kind of makes me think of the Batwoman series. Pretty sure they used red the whole time too for that. Anyway, just a thought. And with the music, again, 90s-ish feel. I dig it. I dig it. Well, 90s, like 2000, like millennium. Yeah. Oh, and a shot of in the Batmobile, in the Batcave again. So there's his Batmobile up there. Okay. Putting on the cowl, the mask. So the guy who spoke, presumably, probably the Joker or the Riddler, the way he kind of like heightened his voice sounded kind of jokery, and like, you're a part of this too. And he's like, how am I a part of this? He says, you'll see. No immediate thoughts on that. I don't know. But you see here, he's got the dark around his eyes, because presumably when he wears the mask, he has to darken his eyes so you can't see his skin tone. But it's interesting how they highlight that fact on screen, because like in some other movies, it's just magically like he dresses up as Batman, and then magically like all his eyes all black around his eyes. But this kind of just like very plainly addresses the fact that, yeah, he had to color his eyes. So if he takes his mask off, you're gonna see black around his eyes, which is like very like Crowish looking. I mean, that's very much a nod to the Crow. Well, maybe not a nod, but it's like definitely Crowish. But yeah, let's see how it ends. Question mark. I wish I could get rid of this freaking Wonder Woman. Excited about that movie too, but wait. Yeah. So that was the trailer for Batman. And again, I'm trying to stay away from like going online, going on the IMDb page, looking up all that stuff. I'm trying to stay away from doing that, because that's just like a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. And that'll be fun for you guys to do. If you really want to do that, that'll be fun for you guys to do yourselves. Yeah, I feel optimistic about this movie. Looking forward to it. Who's the director? I think that is okay for us to look up. We'll just have to be careful with our Google searches here. Make sure we don't see anything we don't want to see. We'll spoil this. Batman director Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves. What is Matt Reeves directed? If you already know, I think it's shameful that I don't know. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Matt Reeves is an American filmmaker, gained recognition for the WB drama series Felicity. Reeves came to widespread attention for directing the hit monster film Cloverfield, going on to helm the romantic horror film Let Me In, and the critically acclaimed science fiction sequels Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes. Okay. respectable movies. Apes movies, that is. Wait, what's this? Reeves met and befriended filmmaker J.J. Abrams when both were 13 years old, and the Los Angeles public access television cable channel Z Channel was airing their short films. So he was making short films at 13 years old along with J.J. Abrams. He was in Los Angeles. Okay. This guy's been doing it for a small amount of time. Born in 66, by the way. Anyway, when Reeves and Abrams were 15 or 16 years old, Steven Spielberg hired them to transfer some of his own Super 8 films to videotape. Okay, so working with Spielberg, relationship with Spielberg from 15 or 16. Also, I didn't know that about J.J. Abrams and Spielberg. I didn't know that J.J. Abrams was essentially like in the periphery of Steven Spielberg since Abrams was 15 or 16. Learned something new just by happenstance there. He's bona fide. He's vetted. He's been in the industry for a while. He knows people. He knows Spielberg since he was a teenager. He can do a good job with Batman. I think so. And Planet of the Apes those were dark movies, you know. So he knows dark without being like, you know, too over the top. Which I think might be hard to do with Batman. Be too over the top dark. I'm okay. I'm okay with them pushing it, exploring it. Go ahead, do it. I want to see what it's like. Anyway, let's see, other thoughts. Catwoman didn't get a good look at her face. I'm sure if you go on IMDb, you can see the actress and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to get into that yet. But she seemed fine. Her fight scene looked fine. Her physicality, I think, obviously matched really well. I'm excited to see new Commissioner Gordon, his portrayal, something new, change it up. And you know, that's the thing about those actors is like they always play like certain types of roles, and you start to really get the feel of that actor. So you just immediately know if he's going to play Gordon, you know what it's going to feel like, and I think that's going to feel pretty good. I think it's going to feel fine. But then does that mean if he's playing Commissioner Gordon, does that mean like Barbara Gordon, or what was Commissioner Gordon's daughter name? Barbara, right? Does that mean that she's going to be like mixed or something? Let's see. Commissioner Gordon's daughter. Yeah, Barbara Gordon. So if that's Commissioner Gordon, is Barbara Gordon now going to have to be like at least mixed or adopted or something? Let's see what else. I think for a reaction video, I think that's perfectly fine. Again, not going to go into like Googling and like trying to like piece together information and all that stuff. You guys can go look for it. Look at that stuff yourselves. If for some reason you want me to do that, then let me know and I'll consider it. But yeah. Trailer looked great. Looking forward to seeing it. Looking forward to seeing more trailers as they come out. Let's look. I will say, let's see. When did they say the release date is? Batman 2021 release date. Currently, according to the internet, October 1st, 2021. So a little over a year from now. Yeah. That makes sense. These bigger movies, you know, these tentpole movies, they're putting out this stuff like way in advance. So that makes sense. So there'll be a lot of time to generate hype between now and then, and a lot of time to generate YouTube video. Anyway, well, thanks for watching. I'm SlyRaptorZ, aka SlyRaptorZ. I am a film industry professional in several capacities. If you don't believe me, look at my own IMDb page. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.